Hi, everybody. How are you? I thought I was live and I was talking to my screen for about 3 minutes. And then I realized it says go live in the bottom, and I hadn't done that. So, hi, everyone. I was having technical difficulty because I was trying to set it up on my phone because I can't, I mean, I'm on my phone right now recording, but I can't see the chat, and my eyesight is so bad that I can't see. So I wanted to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Hi, everyone. Um, all right. Before I start, I know I went a little ham. Let me explain. So I have a palette that I had gotten, like, I don't know, the last time I got BoxyCharm, and I got the Norvina Volume One, and I had never messed with it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go on camera today, even if it's for a little while, and I turn my camera off eventually. I wanted you guys to see my face. So I decided to do my makeup, of course, and I went a little crazy. So let me just show you guys what I used, because you can't be a real YouTuber, right? If you don't show your makeup. So this is my ring light, my bag. Uh, it's the Norvina. Let me open it, maybe. And I had never played in it. Oh my God, that damn ring light. Let me do the real Tati Westbrook. Oh shit, the mirror. These are the colors, upside down, of course. I had never used it, and so I was like, let me use it today. And this is what I came up with: a smoky eye look that is. I'm sorry, I'm live, and of course my husband can't just give me a second. Anyway, so that's what I used on my eyes, and I used my Lunar Beauty, this palette, blush palette. Amazing. I love it. So I used this as blush and a little bit of highlight, and then I used my iconic London. It's like a big blush I got. So anyway, that's what I used to go ham and like go crazy. No, I'm not going to a nightclub after this. Not going anywhere. So I know it's a bit much, but listen, when you come on YouTube, go all the way or go home. You know what I mean? All right. So let's see who's here. I'm sorry that I have to keep looking down at my phone again. Whatever. I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be perfect, as some people would like to think. Anyway, hi JJ. I'm not going in order. Uh, JJ, Police Wife Life, Patty. Hi, Amy Friedman, Shay, Aaron Berger, allegedly, Cooch, Sunshinery, Kimberly Roddy Mom. Oh, hey, Mama. Sarah Loves Donuts, PJ, Cindy Luhu, my favorite Cindy ever. Barrett, hello. Wanda, hi. Please, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Last time I went live, I realized I had missed some people, like Lizzie Stardust. I didn't say hello to her. I didn't see her. Nurse Robin. There was a few that I didn't greet, and it was not intentional. I didn't see you guys until I rewatched it, and I felt really, really bad. So if anybody, if I miss you, I sincerely am sorry. This thing, it takes some time. There's not a cheat sheet. Well, that's a lie because I could watch other YouTube videos. But anyway, all right, you know what I mean. I'm learning as I go. Um, so before I start with my Sunday service, I got that from Dear Yvette Says. I think it's quite appropriate. Um, I'm going to be taking a few people to church. Okay. Let me just start off by saying this. I try to respect everybody. I try to respect everybody. I try to afford respect to everybody. And recently, I realized that I've afforded respect to people that don't deserve it. And my kindness was taken for weakness. I'm not weak. It's easier to be nasty. It's easier to be mean. It's harder to be kind, even when people aren't being necessarily kind to you. Um, I had my first live last Sunday. Anybody who's gone live or has a channel knows it looks a lot easier than it is. Even going on panels. Sorry, I'm Puerto Rican. I talk with my hands. If it bothers people, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Um, lost my train of thought. So last week was my first live, and as I was saying, it's easier to go on panel. It looks easy. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, going live and speaking, and somebody like me that had a phobia of public speaking, now I'm doing it. So it's much harder than it looks. So last week I had my first live and I had scheduled it a couple of days in advance. I had put the title. In the title, it said I would be talking about foster care. I would be talking about my experience as a kid in foster care, having my dad raise me. So the topic wasn't a surprise to anybody. If you read my title, you knew that that's what I was going to be discussing. I only slightly discussed on my recovery towards the end because it was significant. It was the live wasn't about my recovery, it was about my experience growing up with a mom that was an addict and in foster care. Um I do the best? No, of course not. It was my first live. You know, it takes time to learn these things. It's not that easy. Um I'm kind of going back for people that don't know, weren't here. So Jay, and this is not me attacking her, this is not me bashing her. She wasn't attacked last Sunday either. This is me clarifying because I've realized that on YouTube, if somebody says something, it's taken as fact without people even actually researching to see if it's true or not. So Jay came into my live, um, and I greeted her, and Christ Conflict, okay, I'm gonna call him Mr. Conflict. Um, he has done parody videos on people here, right? So she came in and she was thanking people for having been on his channel. So anyone who's not familiar with the whole situation may think she was genuinely greeting people. She was not. She was being facetious, okay? She was endorsing his channel to people that he was making fun of. I was not familiar. I knew he had made one parody. I didn't know it had continued. So I didn't really know what was going on. And I was made a fool of in my first live. Shame on me. It won't happen again. Um, because now I'm going to block you from my channel. I've always tried to say everyone's welcome on my channel. Opinions are always welcome. Whether I agree with it or not, they're welcome. But you're not going to come and troll and be disrespectful under the guise that you're greeting people and then go back and cry that you were bullied, that we're so mean, that Cindy's story was so important. Do not take my kindness for weakness, okay? I'm not dumb. You did not genuinely come in to support me, to for none of that. You came in to troll and be disrespectful. And I'm calling it like I see it. I've tiptoed for months around things. And in the process, people seem to think that I am soft, that I haven't really said where I stand. This is me drawing that line in the sand and telling you no more. I don't disrespect anyone, okay? And for you to come in when I'm speaking about my mother who passed away, my experience in foster care, my experience with my dad, and continue to address people and say, thank you for coming to the live last night. Come back again. And people are genuinely confused. Like, what are you talking about? I wasn't on the channel. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Excuse me. And Mr. Conflict to act as if it's okay, as if he was here genuinely supporting me when he was endorsing her behavior. If he was genuinely there to support me, he would have said, Jay, chill, not here. But that wasn't done. This is the first time I am addressing Mr. Conflict. I am addressing Jay, okay? Mr. Conflict and Miss J, please come to the front of the congregation because I've had it. I've never spoken one ill word of him, and I'm not here to disrespect him at all. Okay? He has the right to his opinion. He doesn't have to like me, he doesn't have to agree with me. I have the right to respond because what you did was brought it to my doorstep, right? That's like you knocking on my door, coming in my house, spitting on my floor, and expecting me not to chin check you. That's not going to happen anymore. And I think what has happened is I've allowed it for so long and I've stayed silent. So people were like, she's a sucker. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And I'm fed up and I'm hurt. I'm not hurt for me, I'm hurt for others that could relate to being in foster care, that could relate to having family that are addicts, that have addiction problems. Let's not misunderstand. Addiction is not only drugs and alcohol, addiction is gambling, addiction is sex, addiction is attention, addiction to food. There is so many addictions. It affects so many people. I have the statistics here. I can pull them up because I'm not going to come unprepared. Let me breathe. Okay. Let me look at my chat. Sorry, guys. As I said, if I missed anyone, I am sincerely sorry. I need to get this out. This will be the one and only time I address this. I will never speak of this again. I will be blocking Mr. Conflict on all platforms. I've blocked him on Instagram. I've blocked him on Twitter. I'm saying this because I'm 100% transparent. I'm not a coward, okay? I'm blocking you because I'm moving on. I afforded you respect even when you didn't show me respect. Even when you came into my Twitter thread, calling my friend a cabrona, calling her husband a cabron, who you've never met, don't even know. I still did not say anything to you. I said, you know what? That's his opinion. They're having a beef, and I should have stopped it right then. And that's shame on me. Anyway, let's see if I missed anyone. Jennifer P, hello. I want to apologize to Jennifer P. I'm not here to tell her story, but I want to apologize to you. She knows what it is to have loss. And that's my issue. When I talk of my recovery, oh, Mr. Conflict, this is number 74. This is the 74th time I'm telling my own recovery story since you're keeping track. Okay? And if we want to go there, how many times have you read the same goodbye letter? 75, maybe? I'll keep that in my mental record since that's what we're doing nowadays. Anyway, my point was to Jennifer P. She's suffered loss. She's from addiction. It has hit her deeply. And that is my point in sharing my story. Not that I'm better than, not that, haha, look at me, I've done such and such. It's for the people that are still out there sick and suffering. It's for the people that have lost family members to addiction. It's for the people that have suffered loss. It is for the friends that I have lost from opiate overdose. That is who it's for. For someone that may be caught in the grips of addiction and may see my video and say, wow, if she can do it, if she could be homeless and turn it around, I can. That is my goal. That is my purpose. Never to pat myself on the back. Never. It's to try to give hope and inspiration to someone else who may need it. Addiction is a matter of life and death. It's not something to be mocked. It's not something to be made light of. If you've never suffered from addiction, count your blessings. Count your blessings. Don't mock those that have and that try to just lead and inspire others because that's all I try to do. That's all I've ever tried to do. I wrote notes. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm a little hot, and for people who aren't used to hearing me like this, seeing me like this, I sincerely apologize. I try to be kind to everyone. That's not a facade. That's not a mask. That's who I am every day. all my friends in real life. No, this is who I am all the time. I do not come on social media and pretend to be kind to people and I'm nasty to people. This is me. It's okay to mock and poke fun. Sometimes you have to laugh at yourself, but there is certain subject matter that should not be mocked or made fun of. I was not going to address this. I don't care how many times he mentioned me in his video, what his opinions are of me talking about my testimony or my recovery story. It's irrelevant. I honestly, I don't care. But when you mock people with special needs, when you mock people in recovery, that has touched so many people, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to speak. I don't care. People don't have to like me. I'm kind to people because that's me. I'm not kind to people because I'm like everybody like me. If I felt that way, I would be in everybody's chats. I would be in everybody's DMs, right? I would be playing all sides. I don't do that. I have never said I was neutral. I've never said that. All I've ever said is I will not speak about any of that publicly, and I won't. I will not. I'm speaking about Mr. Conflict and Jay because, as I said, they brought it to my doorstep. I will not be addressing any of the other stuff because it's over and done with. I'm not trying to rehash anything and cause anybody any harm, right? But when you bring it to me and you want to make fun and all this and try to seem better than me, that's fine. That shows me more about you. Anyway, sorry, I've been talking almost 25 minutes. Whew. Okay, let's see. Reagan Crabtree, hello. Good to see you. Real, hey Real, how are you? Kino, hi, nice to see you. Wind Whispers, hi. Did I say hi to everybody? Guys, please, mods, if I missed any. Dear Yvette, I don't know if you were here, but you were my inspiration for this. This is why I'm having Sunday service. I had to take some people to church, and it's all thanks to you. It's all thanks to you. I watched her live. I was in her live this morning, and it was so uplifting to see women be able to apologize to each other and inspire and help each other and motivate each other and support each other. That's all I've ever tried to do. That's all I've ever tried to do. And my thing with Mr. Conflict is I don't know where the conflict began. I've never spoken about him. I didn't even know there was an issue. I didn't. I think what happened was when last Sunday I had my live, Jay came in trolling and endorsing his lives where made a mockery of my friends, right? And invited them and thanked them for coming to a live where they were imitating them. As I said, everybody can laugh at themselves. There's certain things that should never be made fun of. With that being said, I'm going to speak about police wife life. Okay? Let me back up a little bit. Some people are angry because uh, Real Entertainment News has made amends with a whole bunch of us, and we've made amends with him. I am not going to sit here and preach my religious beliefs, my political beliefs. Those are touchy subjects. If you know me, you know what my beliefs are. I believe in God. That's just me. I don't push my beliefs on anyone. Okay. Um, when Real first came into the community, we weren't friends. We didn't know each other. He came in hot, fired up, right? We I gave my opinion on him because I felt like he was saying things about people I cared about, my friends, and I went on panel and I spoke about that. When I did that, I opened the door for him to speak on me. That's a fact. That's real life. So we continued back and forth for months. Me and Real, as I said this before, made amends. And some people are upset about that. Some people have an issue with that. The difference, I think, between Real Entertainment News and Mr. Conflict is that Mr. Conflict came in as if as a gentleman, right? This nice guy that wasn't with the drama, didn't like this stuff, and turned around and removed his veil, right? Real Entertainment News has shown that he has a genuine heart. He does. Sometimes it's hard for people to see, and I understand some people still have an issue with the comments he made about the essay. I get that. I get that. He has apologized. I've heard him apologize, and I've spoken to Real. I speak to him almost every day, and I see the person he is, right? Mr. Conflict pretended to be someone else and attacked me and came at me for no reason other than I would not turn against my friends. I know that my friends, many people have their opinions on my friends, but that's what being a friend is. You accept and you meet your people, your friends where they are. In private, I tell my friends how I feel. We give each other opinions. Publicly, I'm not going to bash them because they're my friends. As I said, with the big split up and all of that, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to, and I never have. But I've stood up for my friends, not as much as I should have. I should have said some more. But I'm disappointed in Mr. Conflict because there was really no reason to come at me. There really wasn't. And I have to get over that. Sometimes there's no why. Sometimes there's really no why of what people do. I can only move on from this, right? So in saying that, my point, I'm telling you, I go all around the world, was that Real wasn't a friend at first, and he became a friend. Christ, Conflict, Mr. Conflict, I considered a friend. I considered a friend. And that hits different. And I will never say I can't forgive him. I forgive everyone. I want to be forgiven. I won't I won't fuck with him ever again. I won't. I move on. I'm gonna move on. I will never speak of him ever again after this. I'm doing this to set the record straight, not to bash anybody, because Jay is going around crying, saying that we bullied her. If any of you want to see the truth, go check out my live. If you don't want to hear my mouth, put the volume down to zero. Just watch my live. Just watch for yourself, and you can see. It's clear. People really were confused because it looked like she was greeting them. Thank you, Police Wife Life, for coming to the live. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Sunshinery. Thank you, Josh. And I asked, please, can we stop it? Can we just, we don't have to like each other. Can we show respect? And it continued. And it continued through my live. So I went to Twitter and I spoke about it. Yes, you involved me. It had to do with me. I have the right to speak on it. You were not bullied, Jay. You came in trolling, acting a fool, and you were told to F off. And you know how I know you weren't bullied? Because I didn't have any moderators. So a lot of the comments were left for review. And when I finally saw them the next day, because the chat takes 24 hours to upload, I had to accept when JJ told her to F off. So she hadn't even seen that before she was already crying foul and crying that she was bullied. I had to accept all those comments. They were all left for review because I didn't have moderation. That goes to show who the fraud is. Since you want to call me a fraud, I'm a fraud. I'm fake outrage. And there's nothing fake about how angry I was that you're not that you called me special needs, the fact that you're disparaging special needs. That is my issue. And I want to apologize to Leanne. Her daughter has special needs. It affected her, and I should have thought about that before I put the comment up on Twitter, because there are people that have children with special needs, and I am sincerely sorry that it upset you. I know you're not upset with me, but I contributed to that. I will always accept responsibility for the part I played and for what I've done. And she was sincerely hurt. And instead of Mr. Conflict apologizing or saying nothing, he cursed her out. but not really because his account is locked down. So your account is locked down. They can't even see your reply. So are you really replying for them or for your fangirls? Who's the fraud? Cheryl, hi. I'm sorry. How are you? Oh my God, I missed so many people. If anybody has any questions towards the end when I'm wrapping up, please just put question and I will answer them. I'm just trying to get through this. I mean, no disrespect to anyone who's leaving me comments. I love you all. I appreciate you all for being here. I'm just trying to get through my thoughts. Okay. Mama T, hello. I hope I didn't miss. I know I missed a lot. Kirsten, hello. Um, oh, if I missed anybody, please, mods, wish them, greet them, please. I'm so sorry. I know it takes time, guys, to learn. Um, Let me see if I can. Sorry, guys, I'm mad close to you guys. Let me see if I could pull up some comments. Guys, I can't because look, I'm using one phone and I'm looking at the chat on the other phone, so it's a little difficult. I don't mean to show anybody. I see Kirsten. I'm gonna read it here because I can't read it there. Kirsten says, I was so confused. I was in that chat too and was like, where the earth did they think bullying happened? It didn't. Um, I'm not sure what bullying, but Jay was not bullied. She was told to go somewhere, which I think was only right. She was antagonizing them, and I have mods. I only have a few mods because I didn't want my first few lives to feel like it's overrun with mods and that I am beginning my channel with an echo chamber. That's not me. People are always entitled to their opinions, but certain people I'm not going to afford respect anymore. It wasn't afforded to me. I'm not doing it anymore. Um, so that's why I only have a couple of mods. I hope to add more. I just didn't want anyone to feel like they're being censored or the whole chat is just full of mods. I don't want that. I want everyone to feel that this is a space where they can say whatever they want. You can disagree with me all day. You do not, though, get to target entire groups of people just to get at me. You don't get to do that. You can say, call me all kinds of bitches all day. And you can call me whatever you want. You do not get to be ableist and talk about people with special needs. You do not get to mock recovery or addicts or addiction. Not to get back at me and think that I'm gonna stay quiet. No, mijo. No, no, no more. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm Puerto Rican. Listen, I'm Puerto Rican. Whew. Okay. I know Amy Friedman. She said, don't overemphasize this, mija. Muévete. And this is me moving on after this. There were so many people that were I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, as I said, and not for me, okay? As I was gonna say, police wife life. And this is not because they're my friends, because I would stick up for anyone that wrong is wrong and right is right, and I've always said that. Wrong is wrong, okay? Police wife life shared things with Mr. Conflict in confidence, right? He made a few videos mocking her voice, um, making fun of her. What some of you, many of you may not know, is that she suffers from chronic illness. She suffers from Crohn's disease. She has been intubated over 20 times. Intubation is when you have a tube in your mouth all the way down your throat or in your nose, and sometimes both in your nose and in your mouth, okay, to help you breathe. She's been intubated over 20 times. I've been intubated 3 times, and I can tell you how horrendous it is. Over 20 times she's been intubated. Okay, she was on life support 3 times. was in the hospital for months, all of which he knew. So when you're saying it's a parody, it's a joke, it's comedy, it's not. And it's not funny. It's not funny if you're the only one laughing. It's not funny. I'm not saying that because she's my friend. I'm saying that because it's wrong, it's nasty, it's gross. Okay? It's not right. Also, Police Wife Life and Jennifer P are here at the same time. They're not the same person. And before I end, I'm hoping, if I can do it right, to have them both up on my panel so they can speak at the same time, so we can see they're not the same person, even though we did that on Sunshinery. We had them both come up because someone else was confused, but she was rightfully confused. And they came up and they showed that they were not the same person. But since Mr. Conflict is stating for a fact that they are the same person, they're not. They're both in my chat. Okay? All right. Next, let me move on to JJ. Puerto Rican JJ, come on and play. That song doesn't offend her. We actually like it. It's a banger, actually. So JJ is Hispanic, right? There are things in everyone's culture, certain names that if you say them, it's on site, right? It's on site. Calling a Hispanic woman, particularly a Puerto Rican woman, a cabrona. For those who don't know, cabrona means a woman whose husband cheats on her. Okay? Calling a woman a cabrona is very disrespectful. Calling a Hispanic man, Puerto Rican man, a cabron will get you punched in the face in real life. But see, here online, we can say things because we're not face to face, right? You don't call somebody a cabrona. For what? For what? She's a dirty cabrona. There's people that don't like JJ. You have the right to your opinion. Again, you don't, I'm not here trying to convince anyone to like my friends. I'm good. I like them. I love them. We're good. We don't have to like the same people. I'm not here. I'm not going to be mad at someone because they don't like my friend. I'm not. I'm not. And I've shown that. I've shown that. I've disagreed with many people and I have great conversations with them. And so that goes to show you that my actions do match my words because I'm respectful of everybody. You do not call someone a cabrona. And I should have checked it when you came in my Twitter thread, Mr. Conflict, and it wasn't about you at all. And you proceeded to call JJ a cabrona and her husband a cabron, and I didn't tell you to stop. So my bad. Okay. Now, who's next? PJ. PJ. Again, you have the right to your opinion on PJ. Again, some of my friends are very polarizing people, right? Some people either love them or hate them. There's not a lot of gray area. That's fine, guys. That's fine. What you don't get to do is being a person of color, disparage another person of color. She's a minority, right? She's from Croatia. You don't get to do that. You do not get to do that. You don't get to have a disagreement with somebody and the first thing you run to is racism. It's probably going to be said, I'm racist. I'm racist after this. I don't care. I do not play with racism. I don't throw that around. I don't use that as a shield when I disagree with somebody or when I feel like they said something and that's going to be the thing that I'm going to get everybody to be outraged at. Because we know, we say that people are going to immediately be outraged, right? Racist. Oh, that's it. Fucking bitch. We know. And it's wrong. You can disagree with what she said. And she did not mock his religion because people were led to believe that she mocked his religion. She did not. Okay? She gave her opinion on him using that username, which is her right to have that opinion. She never mocked his religion, never, okay? But he resorted to making fun of immigrants, right? And talking about people from shithole countries. I have all these receipts. I don't have to, I'm not going to come here, screenshot after screenshot after screenshot, because I have nothing to gain from this. This is the last thing on this earth that I want to be doing right now. I don't enjoy this. I don't like this. This is the first and last time I will ever do this. Ever. But these things need to be said because, again, I was treated like a fool. My kindness was taken for weakness. So I'm speaking up this one and only time, and I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Okay? There are some more things. Let me get my notes. Let me get my notes. Because I think I might need them. Where did I put them? Give me 1 second. Oh, my notebook's right in front of me. Let me see any comments. Sorry, guys. Hey, Charlotte. How are you? Thank you for being here. Guys, let me see if I can take a breather. I need to. Okay. Patty Brunner says, JJ is the sweetest girl ever. Even when we were on completely opposite sides, she was kind and respectful to me. JJ is outspoken. Okay. JJ will tell you to fuck off in a second. She will. But JJ will give you the shirt off her back. That is a fact. I know that for a fact. Okay. PJ is passionate. PJ is honest to a fault. To a fault. She tells on herself. And sometimes when she says things, I'm like, no, girl. She is honest. And a lot of times that's not encouraged in this social media space because people want to hide behind things. They're not used to that brutal honesty. She made a live yesterday and she apologized to Claire Bear sincerely and genuinely. And she owned what she's done, the parts that she's played. I think that is all we can ever do. We make mistakes, you apologize from the heart, and you move on. Not everybody's going to forgive, not everybody's going to care. But that's all you can do is do your part. That's all you can do. You're not going to make everyone happy. That was my mistake. I tried to be diplomatic and make everyone happy across the board and give people respect that weren't showing me respect. And I messed up there. And now I am so disappointed. Disappointed. I am in myself, in Mr. Conflict. I'm Jay, I didn't expect anything from her. I don't know her. You know what I mean? From what I've seen, she's a troll. She is. She does this. She goes into comment sections and makes these claims about people. I've seen DMs. I've got screenshots and show it, mama. Show it. Like I said, if you guys, anyone thinks she was bullied, and now you can see JJ telling her to F off. So, and even with that, she wasn't bullied. She wasn't bullied. She came in egging people on and she got a response. She got the attention she wanted. This is me giving her the attention she wanted because I was speaking about my childhood and you gave me no respect and you tried to play me like if you were being so respectful. Guys, Cindy's story is so serious. You guys, why are you so mean? I could do parodies all day if that's where you want to go. That's not what my channel's about. My channel is about trying to uplift other people that may need it. That's not what my channel's about. But you brought it to me when I was sharing a story. The first time that I was sharing that story, Christ talking about that was the 74th time. No, that was the first time ever I had shared publicly about being in foster care. First time I had ever spoken about my mother's addiction. First time. And I agree, Jay's a bully, but she's crying that she was bullied. And Mr. Conflict, that knows the truth, is Why did they vilify you? I'm going to read to you what I posted on Twitter, okay? His videos on me don't bother me. His opinion is his opinion. It's his channel. He can say whatever he'd like on his channel. Let me show you guys what upset me. Let me tell you guys, okay? This is what upset me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Wait, this is sorry. This is what Mr. Conflict said about me in the comment section of one of his videos. I don't know, right? And I posted this on Twitter, and Mr. Conflict said in retort, if you've seen this, that means you've seen my videos. And why don't you address what I said directly to you on Monday first? First of all, you don't get to tell me what to address. I'm grown. Second of all, I didn't watch your videos. This stuff was given to me, shown to me. I don't go to channels where I don't want to be. I don't hate watch people. I do not. I don't have time for that. So this is what Mr. Conflict had to say in his comment sections, not in his video, right? It's funny. He's talking to Jay. It's funny how they vilify you, but did nothing, in all capitals, right, to help their special needs friend repeat her drug and alcohol testimonial for the 73rd time. This is 74, in case y'all lost track. Okay. They cared so much, they let her roll like the 44-year-old special kid crossing the street for the first time. Pathetic. With their blatant lack of education, they proclaim themselves to be experts on race. This was Jay's reply. It was rude that they were making the stream about them. I was barely paying attention to chat because Cindy's story is more important. I don't get it. I am a lot younger than them, but I have more wisdom and respect. ¿A quién va a engañar? Who are you trying to fool? Putting on this act is the biggest fraud I've ever seen, right? At least be honest. At least be honest. I'll have more respect. Yeah. I said it. Be honest. I'll give you that. I'll have more respect for you. But they're bullying me, and I was listening to her. Her story's so important. Moment of silence for the bullshit, please. I've had enough, guys. I've had enough. I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. Nobody deserved it. Nobody was talking about Mr. Conflict. No one. As I said, he has the right to make as many videos as he wants, right? You can disguise it as parody, but all it is mocking. You start off your video mocking Charlotte's accent. What is so bad about having a Southern accent? What is so funny about that? I don't get the joke. I don't get the joke. I don't. It's not funny to make fun of her accent because lives down south. It's not funny to make fun of the fact that she lives in a trailer. How is that funny? How? What, because you think that people from down south are less intelligent than you? Oh, no, because you think everybody's less intelligent than you, right? They don't want to have a mental joust with me. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Coming for people's intellect. Coming for people with special needs. Coming for people's accents. When did this become okay? The double standard because it's to people we don't like is not okay, guys. Leanne said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And she said that as she was sharing a picture of her child in a wheelchair. And that's so damn profound because I have been falling for all this for months. This is me, even though I'm technically sitting down. This is me standing up. No more. No more. And I will not go back and forth with Mr. Conflict or Miss J after this. See, I keep my word. I've said I won't speak about any of that other stuff publicly, and I won't, and I haven't. I said I show everybody respect, and I'm still showing you respect. I'm not calling you names. I'm not. I'm not belittling you. I'm telling you how I feel, giving my opinion, right? One more thing. You stated as fact that Police Wife Life used to do phone sex operation. Not your opinion. That wasn't part of your parody. That was right before you started talking about me. So how do you state that as fact? That's not true. It's not fact. I just thought I'd throw that in there. And dear Yvette she said earlier, she doesn't understand why people go to channels of people they don't like, right? Why come into someone's chat that you don't like? Why leave nasty comments? Now, people responding, Christ, excuse me, Mr. Conflict, can respond to me. What he cannot do is demand that I do anything. You cannot demand that I give you a link. This is my channel. You cannot demand that I allow you to speak on my channel. This is my channel. You can go to your channel and do whatever you'd like, right? You can respond to me. That's your right. That's your right. You cannot tell me who to be friends with and what to do on my channel. How many times I can talk about my recovery on my channel. You can't do that. So I was watching Miss Eva, and she is amazing. Such a wonderful woman. She will take your ass to church. She will. She's going to give it to you real, but she does it with so much love in her heart. Tries to uplift people. Again, that's taken as weakness, right? Kindness is weakness. It's not. It's not. And there was so many things I wanted to say, right? And I'm hoping that I haven't really forgotten anything. Um, but it was said that my actions don't align with my words. And I think that that can be said about anyone, right? There's times where we say something and we may change our minds. We're allowed to change our minds, change our perspective. If I ever give my word about something, I don't break my word. And I haven't broken my word. I never said I was neutral. Never, never. But I've never been disrespectful to anyone involved. Show me where I've gone into a chat and attacked someone, even been nasty to someone. Show me in a comment section where I called someone a name. Show me when I've been on a panel and disrespected someone. Show me that. And if you can show me that, I will apologize. I haven't done that. I haven't done that because before I speak, I think it through. I make sure that I still want to say the things that I'm going to say. I don't come on right after an incident has happened because I'm going to be reactionary. I'm going to be upset. And I'm still upset. This is almost a week later and I'm still upset. But I'm not reactionary. I'm not going to curse you out. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to get to the level that you have to get to try to get someone's attention. I'm going to sit here and I have my camera on so I can look you in the eye and tell you it's not okay. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Truffle, hey, you're good. Thank you for being here. I probably missed. All right, let me read some comments. I'm hot, guys. I don't know. I'm hot. I have my AC on and I'm still hot. I know I look a mess right now. Listen, I don't care. Sherry, hi, welcome. BB, hey. I hope I didn't miss anybody, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll get better at it. I promise. I promise I will. All right, let me see any comments. Uh, Amy says, I feel like it's funny when men even try to understand us, and I love men. True. I love men too. You'll never understand us women, and that's true. That's a fact of life. You're not going to understand us, and it's okay. It's okay. Women and men, we're different, right? We're different human beings. But you don't have to try to tear someone down. You don't have to do that to get your point across. Even if you're disagreeing with someone, there was no need to go after PJ's ethnicity and all of this. Why? Why? That she's an immigrant and this country was built on immigrants, on the backs of immigrants. How is that okay? And this is what I'm talking about. On this platform, we have allowed, right, so many terrible things to be said. We have allowed people to mock so many whole classes of people that now everyone's desensitized to it. It's normal. Oh, he's making fun of someone in a wheelchair. That's nothing. He's making fun of her race. That's nothing. I was just called a fucking, what, a cabrona this morning. It's nothing. We get desensitized to it. We should never be desensitized by people making fun of people with special needs, of people making fun of these being homophobic. We shouldn't be okay with that. We should never be okay with that. Because if you're ignorant and know no better, you can be educated, you can learn. But when you know better, you should do better, especially if you say you're educated, if you've had schooling, if you are educated in the way of the world, you should know better than that. I'm disappointed. Let me read the statistics real quick, okay? So these were, hold on. Okay, so this is the statistics on opiate and opioid overdose, right? Gonna read this very quickly. In 2019, nearly 50,000 people in the United States died from opioid involved overdoses. The misuse of and addiction to opioids, including prescription pain relievers, heroin, and prescription pain relievers. Sorry, I read that again. Sorry. Okay, let me start again. The misuse of and addiction to opioids, including prescription pain relievers, heroin, and synthetic opioids such as fentanyl, is a serious national crisis that affects public health as well as social and economic welfare. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that the total economic burden of prescription opiate misuse alone in the United States is $78.5 billion a year, including the cost of healthcare, lost productivity, addiction treatment, and criminal justice involvement. Okay, it says how this happened. In the late 1990s, pharmaceutical companies reassured the medical community that patients would not become addicted to prescription opiate pain relievers, and healthcare providers began to prescribe them at greater rates, meaning more people were given narcotics for pain management, right? This subsequently led to widespread diversion and misuse of these medications before it became clear that these medications could indeed be highly addictive. Opioid overdose rates began to increase. In 2017, more than 47,000 Americans died as a result of opiate overdose. But we're making fun of addiction, right? What do we do about the crisis? Roughly 21 to 29% of patients prescribed opiates for chronic pain misuse them. Prescribed opiates Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Let me start again. Roughly 21 to 29% of patients prescribed opiates for chronic pain misuse them. Between 8 and 12% of people using an opiate for chronic pain develop an opiate use disorder. An estimated 4 to 6% who misuse prescription opiates transition to heroin. About 80% of people who use heroin first misuse prescription opiates. Among 38 states with prescription opiate overdose death data, 17 states saw a decline between 2017 and 2018. None experienced a significant increase. Likelihood of developing an opiate use disorder depends on many factors, including length of time a person is prescribed these opiates for acute pain. Acute pain means not chronic, pain that you may have from an accident or a fall, something that happened recently. Not some chronic means long lasting over time. Okay? Okay. And length of time that people continue taking opiates, whether as prescribed or misused. I, I can go on and on with the statistics, right? My reason for showing those statistics is showing people die. So many people, not just in the United States, all over the world. It's even worse in less developed countries, right? Heroin use. And it's not only junkies, right? People that use drugs create recreationally. It's people that had car accidents. It's people that were prescribed medication by their doctors and didn't want to be addicted. No one wants to be addicted, but they didn't know any better, right? When you use drugs recreationally, whether or not you're making that choice, but when you go to a doctor and they prescribe you these medications, you assume the doctor would never prescribe something that you become addicted to. And that is where the rise of people addicted to opiates began. So many people that I dealt with in my professional life started from pain management, and they couldn't afford the pills anymore because they weren't going to get them prescribed anymore. So they graduated to heroin, which is a lot less expensive, a cheaper option, deadly. It's laced with fentanyl. This is why we have deterrence, right? We have the Narcan. They are teaching people to administer Narcan to so many people. They're giving people that are at risk, that use drugs, that have addiction problems, Narcan kits for themselves, for others. This is a problem that affects almost everyone. So when you mock me, when you make light of that, I have an issue with that, and this is why. It's a matter of life and death. It's not funny. It's not something to come at me for. Come at me for my makeup skills. Come at me for my hair. Yeah, I look crazy today. Come at me because I got a little gut. I don't care. Do not come for my recovery. Do not. Because you don't know what I've been through and how I made it here. And there's many others who didn't. There's many others who aren't here today. And that is so disrespectful to their memory and to their family that is left behind. I'm not going to allow that anymore. You're not going to make fun or disparage or put down or discriminate against someone who has special needs. You're not going to do that. You're not. I think I've talked long enough. Let me see if I can drop the link. Let's see. Jennifer P. again. I love you and I am sincerely sorry for the loss that you have suffered. And that's what bothered me. Not for me, for Jennifer P. and for mothers like her that lost their children when their children were babies. 18 years old, you're a kid. You haven't even begun to live life. And when you mock addiction, you mock a mother's pain, you mock a father's pain, you mock a brother's pain, a sister's pain, a grandparent's pain. You mock entire families. For what? Because you don't like me? Because you don't like me? You don't have to like me. You do not have to. You don't get to hurt people, though. You don't. I don't know if anybody had, yeah, I know COVID gut, right? I was a lot thinner before COVID. I'm going to blame COVID. I'm not going to blame the fact that I eat a lot. I'm going to blame, but it's true. I listen, I had lost weight. I was thin. COVID, like, come on. Come on. I like to eat. Uh, Dark Magician, hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Wow. I'm glad that people are here again. People that have never seen any videos of mine. I'm sorry that I'm brought out of character, but I feel it was necessary. This was a necessary live. It needed to happen. Um, I don't know if people know, but this is the tree of life, and it signifies so much, right? I'm not a fraud. I'm not a fraud. I'm imperfect. I'm flawed, but I'm not a fraud. And I don't respond. Usually I ignore things. People are allowed to have their opinions of me. You don't get to make fun of my recovery. You know, and I'm going to keep saying it. I think this is 79th time I've mentioned my recovery, maybe. JJ, you keeping track? I hope so. I'm going to mention my recovery every single day. You know why? Because every single day that I wake up and I'm in recovery and I'm alive is a blessing. Every single day that I can wake up and not have used is a blessing. And I will keep passing it on to someone that may need it. We don't know what people are going through, right? We only know what we're allowed to see from people. We do not know if anyone in this chat right now may be sick and suffering, may not even realize that they are struggling with an addiction. The first step is admitting you have a problem. Some people don't even realize they have a problem. So if me sharing my story for the 80th time, 81st, 82nd time may help someone get through their day, I'm going to do that on my channel, in my space. I have that right. '89, PJ says, I'm telling you, I'm not that intelligent. I don't even, it's been said. Sorry, my math skills too, damn. Whew. Kirsten says, talk all you want. Your story could well have saved someone's life. Thank you. Hi, Dina. Thank you for being here. She says, if it helps you to speak on it 100 times, then that's what you need. Nobody gets to dictate someone's recovery or how they stay sober. That is your journey, not anyone else's. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm saying people don't have to like me. You don't. You don't have to like me. But I don't go banging on somebody's door and kick their door in and call them names. I don't do that. I don't do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to come into my life where I'm sharing about my mother that I lost, that I didn't get to bury, that I didn't get to have a wake for because my mother died during COVID, that I didn't get to say goodbye to. And I'm sharing my story of my mother, and you are going to come in and troll and then act like it didn't happen. You don't get to do that. I didn't go to you. I didn't go to your chat and tell my story. I didn't go in your chat and say, I'm a recovering addict. I didn't do that. This is my channel. This is my channel. You do not get to tell me what I can share on my channel. You do not get to mock people and think that Cindy is not going to say something. I've had enough. From this day forward, I'm moving on. Like I said, I keep my word. I will not mention Mr. Conflict or Miss J ever again. He will be blocked. She will be blocked. There is no further reason for us to engage, interact, since you have such an issue with me, right? Since I'm such a fraud, since I'm showing fake outrage, right? Because you think I should be outraged at your opinions of me. They mean nothing to me. Your opinions are your opinions, but you do not get to mock or discriminate against people with special needs. You don't, because you want to come at me and make fun of me. That's your way to say that I'm unintelligent. People that have to do that are unintelligent. Just saying. Just saying. So I wanted to, Sherry says, you are such a sweet spirit. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you. Dead relatives are off limits or should be, Truffle says. True. I think all relatives should be off limits, right? If you have an issue with me, address me. Don't address my husband or my children or my mother or my father. First of all, they didn't make the choice to come on YouTube. I did, right? So you don't have to attack my family. You don't have to attack my husband. You don't have to call my husband a cabrón. You don't know my husband. And if you don't want to say JJ's name, don't talk about her. But calling her a dirty cabrona and that being okay when that is so disrespectful to our culture is not okay. It's not okay. Coño carajo, that's right. Puñeta, para que lo sepa. Let's see. I rarely listen to an entire creator monologue, but I did for you, Selfie. Amy, I know, I see, and I thank you all. I thank you all for being here. This was basically a rant. And you won't see many of these because I don't do this. And this is not me being, I'm being petty. No, I am. But this is not me bashing anyone. This is me clarifying because you don't get to say what happened in my chat and try to rewrite history because you hid it under the guise of I was just greeting everybody. No, you weren't. You don't get to come and interrupt my story to try to promote his channel. I would have had no issue with his channel being promoted had the circumstances been different. Had you not come in and you're telling my friends, thank you for coming when you guys were impersonating my friends, using their avatars, using their mimicking their voice, making fun of them. And then you have the gall to come into my chat and thank them for being there and then cry bully. No, no, you don't get to do that, Jay. You don't get to use your age. I'm young. Listen to me. You want to be an adult? You're a content creator, right? You have a channel mocking Katie Joy. You don't get to cry bully. You don't get to do that. You don't get to mock people. Your whole channel is mocking people. And then you want to cry when somebody actually tells you you ain't going to do that here. You don't get to cry bully. You don't get to do that. You don't get to rewrite history and try to change the story and lie and state it as fact because my video is up. My chat is up. And I've accepted every single one of those comments. JJ had the right to tell you to fuck off. She did. And you're lucky she didn't say worse. I stand behind my friends. I stand behind my mods, right? I give them full reign. What they do, I trust them. If you're a mod, I trust you. I trust your judgment. They know how I am. People are allowed their opinions. People are allowed to disagree with me, and I won't come at them. But you don't get to come in and disrespect my channel or disrespect my mother or my father or my story about foster care that I shared for the first time, not the 74th, Mr. Conflict. Vete a la mierda. That's true. You know, Spanish people, we have different sayings. Like Puerto Ricans, we say vete pa la mierda. Mexicanos say vete pa la verga. We have different words, but it means the same thing. Go to hell. Vete pa la mierda. You know? Anyway, I wanted to have Police White Flight and Jennifer P come up to show that they're not the same person. But you guys have been in my chat. You've seen them, right? They're both commenting almost at the same time. They are not the same person. They're not the same person. And it doesn't make it so because you want it to be true. Because that would be convenient for you, right? Because Jennifer P stood up to you and told you about yourself. So automatically, because they have similar uh, principles of faith, they're the same person. No, they're not. And you continuing to say it, even when someone tried to correct you and still say it, doesn't make it fact, right? Doesn't make it fact because you want it to be so. You and I, Mr. Conflict, will never exchange words again. This is me, right? This is my letter. Goodbye to you. And I speak on behalf of all my friends. This is our letter of goodbye to you. We will never address you again. We won't, okay? When I say this will be my last time speaking about you, I mean it. I'm not going to sit here and say, this is my letter of goodbye, and then go on someone else's channel. This is my letter of goodbye, and not go anywhere. Nah. This is the last time I'll address you, okay? I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish you no harm. I don't wish harm on anyone. But you do not get to use me in a pawn against my friends. And you're angry at me for what? I didn't do anything to you. Because you wanted me to not be friends with my friends? I didn't do anything. I wasn't disrespectful to anyone. Even people that don't like my friends. I've never been disrespectful to them. I've never ignored anyone. I say hello to everyone. I greet everyone. I have conversations with everyone. You do not get to use me or try to move me around like I'm a pawn on a chessboard anymore. Anymore. This is my goodbye to you. This is checkmate, Mr. Conflict. This is checkmate. Se acabó. Done. Finished. From this day forth, my channel will be uplifting to others. I will share my recovery every day if I want to. My message is to uplift someone else, to give someone hope that may not have any hope, someone that may feel hopeless, to show them if I can do it, you can do it. That's all I want to do. Uplift other people, give love to other people, give a positive message to other people. That's all I want to do on my channel. And that's what I'm going to do on my channel. This is not a channel of me calling people out. I had to have my Sunday service and bring you to church for you to get to understand. You don't get to use my recovery because you're mad at me for a non-existent reason. You don't get to do that. Not anymore, because you won't get a response from me. You can do that all day on your channel. You can talk about me all day, call me all kinds of bitches, all kinds of addicts. I'm an addict, I'm a whatever. You can do that all day. You won't get any more energy from me. You won't rent any space in my head. Not anymore. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I love you all so much. For you guys being here shows me support, shows me respect. I will always extend respect to every one of you. Always. I will no longer extend respect to people who disrespect me. I'm making it known now. I'm not going to extend respect to people that show me no respect. I'm not going to be silent if you say something, if you discriminate against classes of people, if you mock people for things they have no control over. I'm not going to stay silent anymore. The pendeja Cindy, the passive Cindy that you took my kindness for weakness, you won't do that anymore. You won't. So I love you all. I thank you all again for being here. I will have a live every Sunday at 5 p.m. Um, Next week I have a fun video, a fun live. I'm hoping you will all be here. And again, I'm sorry that this was the kind of live I had to do, but I felt I had to do it. I hope you guys will give me the opportunity to grow and get better lighting, better. This was last minute. I just sat in my corner with the light. I'm learning, and I hope you guys will give me the opportunity to learn and get better. I'm doing this on my phone with my ring light. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be genuine. And that's what it is. It's genuine. It's from the heart. I genuinely care for you guys. I want to be here to be uplifting. I don't want to tear anybody down ever. And I love you guys. I'm hoping next Friday we'll start off with makeup. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me, let you guys see the monstro before she has makeup on. Again, this is not an everyday thing. Don't think, I'm going outside to the club. Whatever. Anyway, I love you guys. I love you so much, guys. And I appreciate you being here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening, wherever you are. I don't know if it's morning, night. I love you all, and I genuinely appreciate you being here and listening to me all this time. Okay? And just remember, sometimes we judge people too harshly for their mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Allow people to grow from their mistakes and learn from them. Don't write somebody off because they've made mistakes or you think that they're not a nice person. Get to know people before you write them off, you know? Give everybody a chance. Kindness goes a long way. I'm saying kindness goes a long way after I just made this live. Yeah, know what I mean, okay? Te quiero. I love you guys. Be kind to somebody tonight. Y nos vemos. Love you guys.